Hey all, welcome to the Mega Man 7 playthrough that I've been putting off recording for quite a while for a variety of reasons. I'm the Flameclaw and I'm joined by Joey, Chris and Stephen as per usual. And I'm gonna get this out of the way right at the start. I do not like Mega Man 7. To the point I sort of feel bad for riffing on 5 as much as I did. But we'll get more into that as we get into it. I've brought these guys along for the ride who haven't actually played the game, so I guess we'll just see how it goes. So basically this is the ending for 6 where we thought Wily was locked up for good now.
And let me guess, that's going to be the same case at the end of this game as well.
In a way, this game's ending's got a little bit of a difference to it.
Yeah, but there's not much of a difference. Wily is on the verge of defeat. He's going to say that he's going to mend his ways, but he doesn't.
It's like Lex Luthor and every superhero villain.
When it said Dr. Wily was finally in prison, but afterwards it should have said, but you forgot how the Mega Man sequels work, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like, but Capcom want more money yet. But yeah, like long story short, Wily was captured at the end of 6, but he had a backup plan of these robots that were hidden away, and they activated themselves, as far as my understanding of this plot is. Which, essentially, there are 8 robots, go fight them, then fight Wily. I think, we don't really need to try and throw together a bullshit plot for this. We know how Mega Man works. Although, on the plus side, because it's, we know straight up it's Wily this time, we don't have any of the sort of crap from 4, 5 and 6 where it's not Wily. Oh wait, yeah, it's Wily.
It's a roller da.
It looks like it, doesn't it? Now remember how fucking big this guy is in this cutscene here, because we're gonna fight him later, and it'll have changed just a little bit. But oh shit, I just looked at the explosions, didn't I?
I don't know what the fuck I'm watching.
It's Mega Man, it might be wacky as fuck, but it's the same thing underneath. But now, you know how normally within a Mega Man game, we've got well into the gameplay by now? We've still got another fucking cutscene!
Yeah, this is totally pointless. Why can't they just jump in the action right away?
I get the idea of having an intro stage, because Mega Man X does the same thing, but at the start of the game, the first thing you want to do is just get into the action,
exactly, yeah.
You don't want to be wasting your time.
And it's just teasing you with that health bar there, look. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of people playing this will think the exact same thing. Why can't I just get straight into the action and then do the cutscene afterwards?
Yeah, it's like a design idea I like for a lot of games that do it is, you're going to have to introduce the story at some point in the game, but give me a little flavour of what I'm getting into.
Yeah, of course, because it melds in then as well.
Because the problem I get, and I get this with quite a lot of games of all different styles, is I feel like I'm more waiting than I am playing, and I get the need for cutscenes in certain kinds of games because if you've got a story to tell, you've got a story to tell.
Especially in the Persona series, that's a killer, isn't it? When you wait about 3 or 4 hours to actually play a game, that's a dick move. And what makes it worse though is that Persona is a big major game series, so you kind of just want to get ahead and play this game, but it's just keeping people waiting. And
from what I've seen, Persona 4 is the worst in that respect, because that first 2 to 3 hours might as well just be a cutscene.
Whereas hoping Persona 5 don't do it. I mean, when's that actually out? I think it's next year in North America, but nothing's been confirmed for Europe so far. We're in the deep end for that, really. We don't know what's happening.
I'm not sure as yet, because Atlas have got this thing of very slowly dripping out news, and I know the whole joke of Atlas hates Europe. I'm certain we're going to get Persona 5, but how long it'll take is a different story.
Which is ironic, because a name called a company called Atlas, you think it'd be fair for the whole world, you know what I mean?
I'd just like to think they've got an actual Atlas there with certain countries crossed off, saying, fuck
Europe
these
as
people.
What have we exactly done wrong? Pretty much everything ever. Yeah, okay, you got a point.
True. We're getting up to this guy. Notice any changing him from the cutscene?
He was green, wasn't he?
Well, not just that, like, he was as big as the fucking skyscrapers.
Yeah.
No, like, he's just twice the height of Mega Man.
He has a mohawk.
It's like a razor blade mohawk, which admittedly is pretty cool, but look how
Oh, is he
easy
having
he
a
went
fucking
down.
robot barber now?
I would love that, like, if, like, instead of having guys like...
Well, yeah, like it'd make more sense if like they resurrected Cutman or built Cutman Mark II to simply be a barber.
Yeah, I just like him, that little thing that he's got on his head, just sort of snipping away. But this guy...
Yeah,
he's-
why are they introducing bass early on?
Well, he's
kind of-
kind of a recurring character through the game.
Yeah.
But do you notice there, that fight, I didn't even jump. Yeah, bosses so easy, I was just sort of tapping the shoot button. Like, I think you can die, but you'd have to have lost a lot of health.
When
before
was this game made? Because it is essentially like the edgy version of Mega Man. He's like the shadow to
Mega
Mega
Man
Man.
Sonic,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mega Man Sonic.
This was out in '95, so it predates like Shadow by quite a bit, but it's the same kind
So
of
he
design.
essentially outlined the edge for Shadow.
Yeah, the edge. Granted,
How far can the edge go? Let's wait and see.
yeah, no, like, I just walked into my desk the other day. Ow, the edge. I'm getting the disapproving tuts already. I love it.
Look at that bitch on the fucking right. It looks like he's climaxing or some shit.
It's funny you say that because you know how a lot of Mega Man games have at least one phallic sounding name, like Woodman, Hardman.
Yeah, what's his?
His name is Junkman.
Oh, God.
But this first one we're going to, Burstman.
Yeah, but it made more sense for Burstman to have that name.
I guess, but like this guy, I'd go in first because he's easiest to get without like any special weapons or anything. I think some people go to, I forget the fucker's name, the ice one first. Some people go him first, but I tend to stick with this guy. And I will say, like my gameplay in this, I've edited it down so it's like no deaths on screen and shit, but it might be a little bit clumsy. This is the first time I've ever beaten Mega Man 7.
What is it that you personally don't like about this game? Or is it a number of things?
It's very sort of slow-paced and clunky for the most part.
In terms of graphics, would you say it's any good? Well, I mean, because to me, like that looks pretty visually impressive.
It looks nice in some areas. I feel it kind of plays it a little bit safe in terms of visuals, like the art style. It seems very typical
They
cartoon
do what they
robot.
need to do, and that's
Yeah.
it. So it pleases the eye, and it's nothing spectacular. But people are going to say, "Oh, that's pretty nice."
What I think makes it stick out in particular to me is that Mega Man X was out by this time, and I think Mega Man X has a more cohesive art style.
That's to ask that. What time did Mega Man X come out? Because it's just like the same kind of period.
It's the same console, so it's got a similar sort of thing. One thing that really sticks out to me is, in all the previous Mega Man games, the music's been like really sort of punchy and active and dynamic. In this game, it's all sort of boring. It's just... I think it's more underwhelming compared to how like dynamic the earlier themes are, but also again, given it's on the Super Nintendo and they've already done X, which has got like a really upbeat sort of exciting soundtrack. This is
sort of soundtrack.
Yeah, by comparison, this is like elevator music. I mean, like, it's really not anything special. Like, there's a couple of songs that are kind of okay, but... And there's one that I'll be showing off that's sort of an Easter egg, but we'll get to that when we get to it in the second part. But for the most part, the music's it'll do music. It's not memorable.
What is your favourite Mega Man game of the series?
I'd say overall, if we're talking the entire series, that'll be X1.
X1, yeah.
If we're talking purely classic, then
2 or 3 in it.
I'd probably lean just a little bit more toward 2. But
Just because it has a value to it, like it has that charm, like where anyone can pick it up, and it has like unique bosses. 3 looks pretty good in my opinion. Like I can see why a lot of people like 3 as well.
3 would be my favourite if it wasn't for the Doc Robot stuff in the middle, because Doc Robot isn't a particularly exciting set of levels. It's like retreading a lot of previous ground. You're fighting bosses you fought in the last game, and what it does is it kind of dampers your enthusiasm for the game, because like you play through the Robot Masters, they're all some like really interesting levels, really interesting Robot Masters. Then you just got this probably about half-hour gameplay that's like okay, no, I just want to get on. You know?
Yeah.
And it's
Becomes
kind
a
of
drag.
yeah, it's kind of a shame when you get things like that because you know it dampers what would otherwise be a really exciting game. But saying that, I do really like the Wily stages from 3 because they're incredibly easy Wily stages. Like they give you E-tanks, they give you loads of health items and that. Like you can bluff it through.
Well, that's to be expected in a way because it's the final level. They'll do anything to help you if they can.
You say that, but the final levels of this game are flat out bullshit.
Yeah.
But from good design, yeah.
That's usually unheard of because in the final levels you don't really get a lot of energy tanks because it's purposely designed to be the final level, you know. Yeah, as I say, it will help you out, but going against myself, it's a bit odd, isn't it, really, that they give you E-tanks throughout that level.
I think what I notice a lot with that sort of thing is sometimes if you see you've got a lot of health items, it like just given to you, it makes you think there's going to be some bullshit. And I just think of Eggman Land from Sonic Unleashed because like there's a life after basically every checkpoint that respawns. So like you can't game over in that game even if you wanted to.
Pretty much doesn't want you to die.
Yeah, but it's because it becomes a game of just redoing the same things over and over until you accidentally don't die. And it's not a really fun way to do levels.
Wily assumed bubbles would become threatening if he put bombs in them. Why didn't he just give them some sort of cannon to shoot bombs out of?
I don't know, he's working on the Bubble Man 2.0.
Why is he trying to make bubbles threatening?
I don't know, he's
They're
Wily.
bubbles.
This guy is like, he's...
Hell, SpongeBob's more of a fucking threat than this guy. Blimey, he's...
So the thing is, this boss, it's not hard, it's more sort of annoying because you got to master your jump timing at the right point so you don't get dragged up. Like, the threat here is if it drags you up to the top, then spikes
The
are
only threat
instant
really
death.
that you got is when you're shooting straight and those bubbles cancel out the shot.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, and...
Yeah, I know that drags you up, but
Yeah,
I find like that's easy to get out of.
Yeah, it's just the problem of you've got to be sort of on the ball with your jumps because otherwise, like, this was about my fourth or fifth take of getting this down where I just got caught quite near the end of the fight as
He's one of
well.
those bosses that isn't really hard, but he's one of those that you kind of know what you've got to do to beat him, you know. So I take a few attempts, but once you've got it down, he's a piece of piss.
Yeah, it's like getting to know the pattern and being attentive to the pattern because sometimes it feels like depending on how close you are to him, like the time that you've got to leave the jumps changes. But yeah, we get these annoying dragging out cutscenes between every level of Dr. Light, this thing does this, doesn't it? Yes, Mega Man, it does. Remember when this was like a 2-second screen in the other games?
Yeah, whenever you use Rush to help you, you just need to
Dangerous.
teleport in.
Yeah, he does that.
Why don't they just get Rush to go find Dr. Wily, teleport there to him, and then teleport out with him? That'd solve a lot of problems.
Oh, man.
This
He
game
just looks
wouldn't
pathetic,
exist.
doesn't he? Look.
He is.
In fact, this game probably wouldn't exist.
True. Well, teleporting directly to Wily would be the like logical thing to do when you're in a rush.
Why the fuck are we on top of Emerald City?
Was that from it?
Wizard of Oz, and
Oh,
didn't they have a level called Emerald City in Heroes?
no, I think that's.
It's Emerald, whatever we call it.
I think you're thinking of like the Grand Metropolis level. It's got that same sort of green with things
Yeah.
all over the place. These little things there, you shoot them and it adjusts the weather. And now I'm not going to be really doing anything with it, but later on we'll be coming back here once I get the ice weapon.
Shall now refer to them as robot cast forms.
Pretty much, yeah. It's got the same sort of like little face as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they don't have testicle chins.
It's true. Now watch how many times I'll get hit by this fucking thing on the left and I don't learn my lesson to move. I'm not the smartest, I'm not going to lie.
It's true.
It doesn't help that this rain effect really obscures your vision quite a bit more because like naturally on the computer screens that we're watching on right now it's kind of alright. My TV, the colours are sort of washed out and things sort of blend together and it makes certain things quite a bit harder.
Why didn't Wily just give Mega Man Rush's ability to teleport?
That would make sense. We can't be having that. But yeah, there's a lot of this level that sort of reminds me of Airman stage from Mega Man 2. Just sort of throwback for no good reason. Now that sort of thing terrifies you when you first jump through, because like, where the fuck's the floor?
That's evil.
Yeah. Like, once you get the ice weapon and you use it on the thing at the start, then it shows these all by default because they've got layers of snow on them. But for now, you just sort of got to bluff your way through. It's just not that fun or fair, but you just got to sort of wing it. But I don't know if you're starting to see how Mega Man seems to be clunky in this game, because I don't know if it's his animation or whether his movement speed has actually been changed. It feels like he walks a lot slower, and that has a knock-on effect that makes the platforming feel less smooth than it has been in the NES games. Because Mega Man platforming has always been quite blocky, but because Mega Man would go through, shoot enemies, kill enemies, and then climb up ladders at a fairly decent pace, it felt like it worked. Whereas because this has either a slower pace or an illusion of a slower pace, it just feels less involved and it feels less fun. But this is Proto Man giving us useless advice that doesn't help us in any way. Because he does that. He's
Proto Man just there for the sake of being there in this, or is he important? Is he crucial to the main plot? That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not crucial to the plot. Like, you can get a certain item off him later on, which I'm not going to because it's faffing around and backtracking. But
do you even need that item anyway?
No, what it is his shield.
Okay,
and so, like, if you equip it, you just take less damage. But like,
more of a defensive boost than really.
Given that you then have to keep on switching it on and off, and I'm like, not worth the time.
Then again,
or hassle.
that's probably good in a way because you don't want to nerf the game there.
Well, like, I could do with a bit of protection in the later stages, but like, I just find it more work to kind of keep switching between items, and I don't really like breaking up the game pace like that.
There should really be like an option and a button where they should have it on the screen, and if you press the left D-pad and the up D-pad, it'll switch to that weapon.
Well, this game, being on the Super Nintendo, it has the thing like, you know, you can use the left and right trigger for
Honestly,
it.
I thought this was on the PS1. Was there a Mega Man on the PS1? There was Mega Man 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, 8 was on the PS1. Yeah. Now, I've got to say, this boss here, there is a pattern to getting him every time. You're meant to shoot like as soon as he just lifts up off the ground, and that will always hit him.
So I take it this must have been on the later stages of the SNES lifetime.
Can't even remember like the Super Nintendo's lifespan, honestly.
92 to 95 or 96, because I know N64 was out in 96.
It would have been then, yeah.
Yeah, because 96 to 01 is when the GameCube came out, and Luigi's Mansion was released on the GameCube, and then 01 to 06 is when Wii came out, and then afterwards like Wii lasted for about 6 years, and then Wii U came out, and still ongoing, but it talks about the NX now, isn't it?
Yeah, the NX, like, it's just one of those things we've been drip-fed little bits of information that we still really don't know what it is. It's basically come out of the woodwork,
innit, the NX.
Yeah, like, it's just... Like, I don't want to speculate about things because we know so little, but at the same time, when we've got this information, we're naturally going to get curious and start wondering what this means.
It's a different environment and things. It's a change of pace and things, you know. But I mean, with the Wii U, I don't see any reason why like they should make a new console right now, because they've got plenty of things going for it, and they could have another good solid 2 years or something to their lives.
Well, it depends what they're doing with the NX, whether that is a flat-out sort of replacement or whether that's just, you know, like another
well, as I
thing.
say, it's not definite right now, but it'd be a shame to see the Wii U go so quickly, you know.
Yeah, it would feel kind of anti-consumer really to cut it off this soon, because I think we're at a point where we kind of expect console generations to last longer and longer because we've now got the option for software updates to like fix up some of the shortcomings as time goes on. Because like, in the past, once you bought a console, that console could only do what it could do from day one. Whereas now, like, they update the OS, they update like things with patches. So really, there's no excuse until you're at a point where the consoles are so outdated hardware-wise. But I don't know, like companies like making money and dicking people in the process.
That's how everything works, pal. That's how everything works.
Unfortunately, so. This stage, it's got a few sort of memorable bits. Like this section here, we're going to use the Thunderbolt to lift up the, what do you call them, the pulley things. I can't even remember the name, but yeah.
Spinning motherfuckers.
That works actually. They are actual complete motherfuckers, given they can crush you if you don't jump off at the top or if you're standing underneath them. But yeah, like, why would I climb up the ladder when I could take the lift? Pretty much my logic here.
I don't even know why they've got an option of a ladder. Or, you know what I mean? If you're just naturally going to take the lift, there's no point to actually have the ladder there.
Well, it's because this is one of the first 4 that you can pick to go for, and you might not have the Thunderbolt to activate that yet, so it's like giving you the options really. But there's a thing up here I want to get, and this is part of the... Actually, it's not part of the rush adapter. There is a rush adapter in this, similar to one we had in Mega Man 6, where like you can get the little rush
adapter.
suit.
What do you fucking plug him on the wall or something?
You plug him into your body.
Plug pole, yeah, just yeah.
But it's sort of like that flying power he had in Mega Man 6 because... But like for a while, I forget I have it in this playthrough, so later on you will see me doing some really stupid shit I could easily avoid with it.
That area back there reminds me of the scene in Toy Story 3 when they're in the garbage disposal place.
Right, yeah.
I haven't watched that film. I've only ever watched like the first 2, but
the second one's the best.
Yeah, I remember that being a pretty good film. Like I think I actually talked about this in another fucking video, but
everyone keeps on talking about that scene, innit? They keep on saying, "Oh, yeah, I cried when that scene come on." Like, he said that it's not a really good scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm on about 3. I'm on about the disposal bit. Yeah.
Look, you'll see Woody in there in a bit.
Yeah. Or Spanish Buzz.
this guy, he's going to be a huge challenge for us. Do you see how this is working?
Yeah, his moves are garbage.
Yeah, I see what you did there. But
So Wily's gone so low on ideas, he's actually used crap to build a robot.
yeah, he's just like digging through the bins for ideas.
You can just imagine now Dr. Wily just thinking, oh yeah, that's a big crap. Yeah, what if I model it after that? Shit, man!
Yeah, it'd be like fucking Conquer all over again, wouldn't it?
He picked up a toaster and went, that kind of looks like a face.
Yeah.
Introducing Shit Man with his amazing powers of fecal matter.
Bear in mind, like,
Watch as he turns the air putrid in a matter of 2 seconds.
we're joking about like scraping for ideas, but bear in mind, by Mega Man 10 we've got fucking Sheep Man.
Yeah, the only way to defeat Shit Man is by getting the deodorant power up.
Yeah.
My god, Shit Man has absorbed the powers of Bubble Man.
Oh
Oh god.
That reminds me of the dirty bubble of SpongeBob Man.
This is the last of the first 4 they let us play. It's Freeze Man. These are so fucking dumb, aren't they? Let's be honest.
They could have used him for the police squad.
Yeah, like his arrest, like
Freeze Man.
Now I'm just thinking of the guy from Sonic Adventure. You are completely surrounded.
These names get lamer every generation, don't they?
Pretty
Generation, I'll say.
Yeah, like, but like this is a fucking polar bear with giant claws. Why is he manually sort of throwing little ice cubes at us? There must be a more effective way for him to hurt Mega Man than that. Come on.
Yeah, but he can't fight his programming up to.
Look, this seems like such wasted potential.
Yeah. It's so cool, but it's just throwing ice cubes in.
Look, dude, come on.
It looks like Bear Tick has been turned into a robot.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm thinking of like, you know, from Sonic 4 episode 2 where you got the ice level and there's them bears in that. He's sort of got a similar sort of look to them. I can't remember exactly what they did. I think they actually attack with their claws though, so they're marginally more useful.
Do you know that bear from Sonic the Fighters?
Oh, Bark the polar bear.
Yeah, he's does he kind of look like him? I think so, isn't it?
A little bit. I'm thinking, like, Bark... I remember so little about Bark, because, like, they never fucking use him for anything.
He's just in
Why
one
the
game.
fuck they named him Bark? That would make sense if that was a dog character that they used.
I don't know.
Even though that would... Even though that would be a crap name though for a dog character, but still it'd make more
Bear
sense.
in mind, we have characters with names like Tails, Knuckles. I don't think they really reach that far out for names, to be fair.
Those robots that were
Better than
dropping...
Bark.
Those robots that are dropping the icicles, it seemed very counterproductive to drop spikes on top of spikes. Mega Man's not gonna jump onto the spikes to get across. You're just helping him, you morons.
That's like a boss or enemy thing in general, isn't it? Like, accidentally give the good guy something to use to kill you. At least it's not as blatant as the thing from like the Chaos 6 fight and everything, because like Eggman's just sort of throwing the things out of his machines like that Sonic needs to kill, like Chaos. Like, Eggman, you dickhead.
Here's an idea. Why didn't Wily just attach a gun turret to the front of that shield? That way Mega Man cannot get through it and he's going to die if he gets in its way.
Why doesn't he just make fucking Spike Wallman already?
Yeah.
It's this game we'll be seeing Springman in the next part. Like, that's the bit of me. So here I am just casually rush jetting over everything, and I think that's the adapter I was thinking of in the last level. Actually, no, I'm not very good at remembering what's what. That's the search one, and the search one is just so situational. Like, there's one time I'll actually use that in this entire playthrough, and it's one of them things that like you have to know to use it. And so it kind of makes me think, if you're playing this without like knowing the game beforehand, like I did, well, you must just wonder what the fuck the point is of this thing you just found. But yeah, this one's actually dropping spikes on me as well as throwing the thing at me, so at least he's doing something, I guess, more than the others did.
Are the Rush adapters sort of like a UK to US adapter? So like, Mega Man hasn't been built with the correct adapter even though they're on the same team.
I'd like to imagine it as more like a link cable thing. Mega Man and Rush are just plugging into each other.
It's like, Mega Man can instantly link with the Robot Masters, but he can't link with his teammate
Yeah.
instantly. Light, why are you trying to make things difficult for him?
Bear in mind, Dr. Light is the guy who, in the X series, instead of giving X the powers he's going to need, he hides the powers in enemy bases.
Well, he's also hidden
Why
the
did they
Rush
have to have him
adapters.
encased in an icicle? Like, there's no point for it. Like, I guess for dramatic effect, but I mean, there's, you know what's going to happen anyway. So, you know,
Why couldn't you fight the frozen robot dinosaur in the
that'd
background?
be a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I would love it if that dinosaur just kind of came to life at some
Why
times
are
during
they
the fight.
fucking robot dinosaurs?
I don't know.
It's Wily fucking 6 all of a sudden.
I like how by the time of the X series set, there's like this entire robot ecosystem, and it's one thing in particular in Sting Chameleon stage where you got the robot woodpeckers pecking at robot trees that makes the whole thing so fucking hilarious.
What if everything is a robot, even Dr. Light?
This is like some conspiracy theory
Yes.
shit going on right now.
What if we're all robots?
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. What if we are though?
What am I fighting for?
Please no. We're not at X for
Edit
yet.
that, edit that, come on.
Now we've said that, I really can't. Now these cutscenes, like we've seen one between every level. Now we've got to have one to prompt us to go to the robot museum. And
Robot Museum.
now, if we think about this from a safety perspective, bear in mind that we've had cases like Dr. Cossack's robots in 4.
I wouldn't keep a load of robots in the museum if I were you.
Yeah, given we've seen proof that they can just come
especially
alive.
if you're a security guard at night. I mean, that's got to be some tough shit.
Now look at this really long, well-created level. But
I wonder who's broken out.
Yeah. What one do you think it is? Given
Sheep Man.
No, given Dr. Wily.
Oh, god damn it.
It's Gutsman again.
What is his obsession with it? All he does is throw stuff.
Hey, he
and
just
yet-
follows his guts instinct.
Yeah.
This will be the.
I like that
Would
one.
it be the third time that Gutsman has fucked up?
Yeah, well, he's just got this obsession with Gutsman. Like, it's not even then, like, he comes back after this as well in other things, like, I can't remember if he was one, actually no, it was just Cutman and Woodman that came back in the Saturn version of 8, but, yeah, Gutsman just gets some love.
How many times has he been back? Like,
I've lost count, honestly.
Wasn't one of the levels in the one of the previous games like the entire corridor or something, like it had Gutsman in the walls and stuff?
Yeah, that's the Wily stage
Yeah.
from...
I've got to be honest though, the most memorable robots from Mega Man 1 are Cutman and Gutsman, to be honest with you. They're the ones that everyone identifies with when they picture Mega Man 1, the villains of Mega Man 1.
Pretty much. Cutman, it's like... Cutman is one of them bosses that just benefits from being a very simple design.
Yeah.
So, like, what did he do? He cuts things. Okay, got you. It's like... I think his industrial use is meant... I don't know whether he's meant to be like a wood fella sort of guy. I'm not exactly sure, but...
You can't cut wood with scissors though, because his main attack's sort of like scissor-based machinery, innit?
Right, I should clarify what I'm doing here. I'm just getting some couple of extra things from the levels that I missed. So I've activated the snow, so we can actually see where we're going. And I forget which items in which
Well,
area.
this level shouldn't be no problem then.
Yeah. I'm watching this back because there's little things in Mega Man 7 that just aren't at all memorable to me. And it's why I really don't like this game. Like, even things like 5. Like, 5, it's not memorable, but like there's a few little bits I get.
I've got to admit, aside from like Mega Man 2 and 3, nothing from the main series from Mega Man is memorable to me. It's more the side series, if anything, that I'll remember more of. Because when you talk about X, I get a picture of like the X series, the Zero series, and Bass and Tremble. But I mean, they've really been in more. Haven't Bass and Tremble been in the prequel to one of the Mega Man games? I think it's Mega Man Powered Up.
I don't think Bass was in that. I think Bass was the focus of one of the other games that is kind of a spin-off
I
of
think
Mega
there
Man
was a
and
few
Bass.
games on the Advance.
Yeah, that was
where
Mega Man and Bass.
Yeah, there was a lot of attention put to him.
Yeah, that was that was a port of the Super Nintendo Mega Man and Bass, which was never localized for some reason.
Yeah.
The Game Boy Advance version with the obnoxious screen crunch was localized, not the main version of it.